impressive record of 24 victories against only 5 losses, 15 of those victories coming by way of KO from Copper's Cove. And now fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, TYRRELL Herndon. In combat sports history, with a record of 43 victories against only 4 losses, 1 bout even, and an incredible Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the Bronze Bomber, DEONTAY WILDER. Best.
And now Wilder opens up, wide stance. Herndon said, you know, he studied the Joseph Parker fight. That's the fight Parker won in 2023. Was able to outpoint Deontay, get the decision. Feels like he can really emulate that style. Wilder.
Man, Wilder looks like he put some size on him. Big frame, starting off with a nice jab.
Well, he added muscle, Gabe. I mean, he's typically, we've seen him walk into heavyweight fights 250, 210.
I think Wilder's just a lot better putting on size.
Herndon obviously has to avoid the right hand. He's got to be very careful. We've seen it so many times in the past. All it takes is one little slip up.
And I like how Wilder's cutting that ring off on him too.
Now Herndon, he's been in the ring with the likes of, you know, Richard Torres Jr., F.A. Ajagba. So he's been in there with some talented guys. That's another right hand. That the first real right hand thrown by Wilder, but Herndon. Head movement certainly is going to be key. All the movement is going to be key for Herndon. Now, besides movement, Gabe, does Herndon have the power to hurt Wilder?
Well, you know, at the heavyweight division, anyone can be hurt. You know, these are big guys, 200+ pounds, so any shot could get you.
We saw Buster Douglas was
sticking to that jab, keeping his distance, not really loading up on the right hand, just letting it go a few times, setting the tone for the fight.
Final 10 here, the opening round. Herndon tried to throw a looping right hand, just missed. On House, first fight, he's the head trainer for Deontay Wilder. Wilder comes in quickly to establish the jab there.
And I like that. That's a flicking jab, you know, just putting it out there.
Wants to do just enough to give Herndon something to think about. Wilder to move. Certainly doesn't want to be a stationary object there, as Wilder immediately threw the right hand, and Herndon was able to avoid it, but it was close.
Wilder did get that left hook in, though.
Wilder obviously has always been in great shape, but uses the right hand, backs Herndon. Herndon trying to now get Wilder on his back foot. Wilder continues to float the jab out there.
You know, for Herndon to be successful, he needs to slip and weave his way inside and throw off that movement. For him to be straight up like this right now.
Joseph Parker fight, but you know, I watched that fight. Parker was not only moving, he was throwing. He was getting in and out.
Yes.
And he was giving Wilder something to think about. A huge looping right hand as Herndon gets out of harm's way. So right now, Herndon's doing a good job at avoiding the right hand, but he's got to, as you mentioned, loop in and out and try to get some offense.
In the way for Herndon, he can't figure it out yet. That's a nice double jab right there. Nice and simple.
Wilder connecting with that jab. Good tool so far for Wilder, and we've seen him use the jab before in other fights. Something that he does have in his arsenal.
Oh, nice check hook.
puts him down, and Herndon...
It was a balance shot,
Yeah.
but he did get hit with the check hook.
But it didn't appear to affect Herndon in a negative way. Just negative on the scorecards. Now Wilder upping it up as... It's good on the scorecards, and Deontay coming out very aggressive to start round 3.
You know, I like the Deontay's approach. You know, he's establishing the jab. He's standing firm on his shots. He's looking good.
He looks determined. It's been a peaceful mindset.
Every now and then he just pops it out there. It's a rangefinder, but then he'll change it and he'll sit on the shot and make it a power jab.
Another solid jab there from Wilder. He's looked good. He's looked sharp.
Yeah, it's very difficult to defend a jab when it's coming from different speeds and the power's different.
Not backing down. A huge looping right hand again. Certainly got out the way there.
But the thing is that Herndon has to throw off of those slips. That's the only way he's going to be successful, is if when he slips, it makes Deontay miss. He has to then fire.
And there's a good double jab there from Herndon.
So you have to throw off the slips.
Herndon utilizing the head movement there.
Wow.
Another jab there. Uppercut just missed there.
Good head movement right there by Herndon.
He's certainly, and he's going to have to be doing that the entire fight. But again, Deontay with a solid jab to Wilder.
And you know, Herndon, he has good eyes because he's slipping, he's avoiding these big shots. But you got to make your guy miss, and you got to make him pay.
Yeah, right now Wilder does not respect the offense of Herndon.
No.
You got to get that respect.
There's no offense coming from Herndon right now. It's all defense.
Wilder keeps that. Comes in just enough. But again, the left hook from Wilder. Wilder with the jab again.
That's a nice hook right there.
Short little left hook from Wilder as he ties up with Herndon.
Diving in to land that big right hand and falling off balance. He's staying disciplined, so a nice, strong jab. And the thing is, you got to understand that Herndon is not really cooperating. He's not throwing anything back where then Wilder can hit him with a clean shot.
Now Wilder's trying to close the distance here.
It's very difficult to land big shots on a guy that is being defensive-minded. And that's what Herndon is doing.
Right there again, Wilder tried to load up on that right hand. Again, not letting the hands go that much.
And Herndon landed a nice jab right there. That's a nice check hook right there by Wilder.
Followed it up right with the jab. So he's active. You've seen some Wilder fights where he won't throw a punch for several rounds. That's not the case here.
A lot of trouble. He can't figure out how to get through. And Wilder's keeping that jab very busy.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's continuing to stick it in the face of Herndon. Now Herndon tries to close the distance, but and a left hook. Partially connected for Herndon, and now Herndon coming forward. Wilder right there. Continues to pat that jab out there. Utilizing that left hook.
Wilder's going to have to start doubling that jab because he's just pawing that jab, and Herndon can counter off the top. He has to double that jab, stop the counter from coming.
And now Herndon presses forward by Wilder. 20 seconds here of round 4. This is a 10-round heavyweight bout, our main event. As Wilder unloads that left hook. And it was able to catch Herndon there. I think Herndon's a little bit off balance there. And Wilder now presses forward and his back foot and make him think. Because if he's allowed to just stand there and try to time you up, eventually he will catch you. Left hook connects for Wilder. I mean, Wilder's doing a good job in this fight of showing that, you know, he's not just a one-trick pony. He's not just the right hand.
Yeah.
He's using the jab, check hook, and now that right hand again presses. Wilder kind of paws at him with the left. And that right hand backs Herndon up. I think Wilder's getting closer and closer, dude.
Yeah. And the thing is, I like when Wilder's throwing that right hand off on balance and he's not diving in.
There's that check in. Now,
ooh, nice. Nice sneaky short right uppercut by Wilder.
Wilder has that in his toolbox. We've seen that throughout the years. And now a big right hand just missed Herndon there. And now Herndon trying to be the aggressor.
I think a shot that'll work from Wilder, the right hand up top. So Herndon knows where that shot's coming. But if you could trick him and come throw the right hook to the body, give him something else to think about.
And Herndon utilizing the jab. Right hand backs Herndon up a bit. Good double jab there from Wilder. Mixing in the shots. Not seeing as much movement from Herndon as we did earlier in the fight. Deontay just with that right hand back.
C-Rock.
Good right hand from Herndon there. Now rips into the body of Wilder. And Herndon just kind of spun wild. And now Wilder has Herndon trapped in the corner, but tied him up. It's becoming less and less with Herndon. And that's one thing he's got to be conscious of, because you cannot stop moving against the Bronze Bomber.
And you know, I think in order for that straight right hand, see, that's what I like. He switched it up, a left hook to the body. Start throwing different punches.
Calling for, as Wilder now, that right hand wasn't full power, but certainly caught Herndon, as Herndon now kind of slipped down. It's more of a shove, according to Ray Corona, but he's telling him, you know, don't put your head. Certainly starting to go, and Wilder locked and loaded, trying to utilize that right hand. And Herndon again continues to duck underneath. Herndon's got to be careful. There's the right hand, and now Wilder's got Herndon in trouble.
Get back to the jab and let that set up the big right hand. Nice.
There's that right hand. You know, it's partially blocked by Herndon. And now Herndon. And there's that looping right hand. Herndon just ducked out of the way. And now Herndon put his glove on the mat, so that counts as a knockdown. And Herndon back to his feet. Oh my goodness, and there's that left hook. Caught Herndon. Herndon holding on to the left.
And I like the Wilder staying composed. He's picking smart shots. Landing clean.
And there's the right hand there. Caught Herndon. Final 10. And Herndon thrown to the ground. Able to survive, but Gabe, you starting to see the legs are going. We saw it in the first few rounds, but it is hard. It is not not as simple as just stick and move against a guy like Wilder. There's Wilder again, closing the distance with the right hand. Herndon trying to push Wilder off. And there's the right hand that knocks Herndon back. And not turn your back. And Ray Corona, you see him talking to Herndon, kind of warning him, hey, you got to show me some hook there. Oh, that right hand got through the defense of Herndon a bit. And there's the left hook. Caught Herndon, and Herndon just kind of turtles up. And now Herndon just takes a knee. And Ray Corona telling him to get up. And I think Herndon now is at the point of just trying to survive. And there's the left hook, knocks Herndon back. Wilder's shots are getting through. He has not yet connected fully. And there's that right hand, gets through the defense again. And there's a huge right hand, knocks back Herndon, and Ray Corona stops it. Herndon upset. Eventually coming, but I mean, Dave, what are your thoughts?
I think Corona was reading the body language of Herndon.
Declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay!